Hey man, you need to sit your motherfucking ass.
Now, in order to get into this, I'm going to explain what this trend is. Basically, there's a whole list of anime characters set up by price, and you have to buy anime characters to protect you while the other ones try to kill you. Now, on paper, this doesn't really seem like a bad idea. In fact, it could be pretty interesting. Even with characters that could be identified as weaker and on the lower levels, they could have some type of ability that can protect you or destroy a lot of the other team. I'll go into more detail a little later into the video, but in general, this isn't a bad idea. However, a lot of times it's executed poorly because of one particular character, and that is yeah, to no one's surprise, Goku ruins a lot of these lists. And why? Well, because he kind of solos nearly everybody on nearly every list. Like recently I saw a list on Twitter and I was like, oh, this could be pretty fun. And I saw Goku in like the highest tier. I was just like, well, what a sick joke. It's unfortunate because again, like it could be a cool idea and you can have a lot of interesting aspects with this idea. Like for example, Light Yagami. Light Yagami is on this list, and while he's not particularly very strong or even very fast, his Death Note can take out a wide variety of characters. So for example, if let's say for example you buy Naruto, Ichigo, and like Light Yagami, you can have Naruto and Ichigo fight the main heavy hitters since they're the strongest on the list, while Light Yagami writes down everyone's name in the Death Note, causing you to get a basically easy victory royale. Now, of course, there are a couple problems. Number one, Light doesn't know anyone's name, and if he tried going up to them asking for their name, they probably would kill him. But in general, it could be a really interesting idea. However, again, Goku ruins this because Goku solos practically everybody on this list. Now, some of you might say, well, Fane, it's all for fun, And I mean, yeah, sure, but I think anyone with like a brain cell can realize that Goku kind of beats everybody on this list with no regard. Even in terms of an equal stat situation, Goku just has so many abilities to the point that it's just not even fair. Oh, what's this? Goku's getting jumped by Naruto Shadow clones? Well, unfortunately, Goku just spawns in, drops 5 spirit bombs, and guess what? The entire field is now destroyed. You wanna know what would happen in this fight? This is what would happen.
Niggas think I'm fighting to save the day, but really, nigga, I just like to fight.
Where's Rick? Don't care.
Oh my god! Oh yeah!
Where's Rick?
Wait that! Move, bitch! Get out of my fucking way!
Hey man, you need to sit your motherfucking ass.
Hey, my god!
Get that motherfucker.
Oh shit, not good.
Oh no! Nobody get what he got. What your...
My feet! Over my feet! This is my perfect victory!
Look, I have a family.
I read a...
You sure talk tough, but you could use more training.
This is how you eat a Big Mac, nigga.
Oh my god, he was Asian.
I want you jump rope and butt booty naked right now.
Sir! 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 Master! Move, bitch!
Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that one, because it did take me a little bit, like a week or two. It was fun to do, so I hope y'all did like it. I'm trying to squeeze in a lot more animations this year, so. But anyway, yeah, that's just what would happen. So to explain more in detail, I'm going to go through every single price and just explain why they just can't handle Goku. Starting off in the lower tier, I love Nami,
And she was so sweet.
Sakura, Jotaro, and Power. This is like a crazy list, by the way. Like, what do they have in common? Like, it can't be girls because Jotaro is in the list. Unless, like, we stand in trans Jotaro or something. Power is just the weakest character in this, like, little row. She can manipulate blood, but that kind of doesn't help when Goku just kind of steers in her direction and then she goes kaboom. Now, Nami and Sakura are definitely just like flat out underrated. Nami having a ton of abilities to really put a lot of the characters on their toes. Nami's definitely just beating the fuck out of Eren, for example, so Eren should definitely just go way lower. That's another problem I have, is that a lot of characters just are not in the correct like tier that they should be in. For example, Sakura. Sakura is said to be as strong as Naruto and Sasuke. Sure, she doesn't have their abilities, but they're still on that strength. The Naruto that fought a nigga that could slice the moon in half. The Naruto and Sasuke that fought a dude that could create realms. Yeah, and Sakura is just on their level. Some of you are probably saying, well, Sakura's a worthless bitch and you're just stupid. Even if you don't think Sakura's on the level of Naruto and Sasuke, which is just blatantly stated to be so, Sakura not only bopped the shit out of Kaguya, but then she just threw hands of Shin, a nigga that like stabbed Naruto. Like, don't play with Sakura, bro. She don't play. Regardless, I think we can all agree at the very least Sakura's being fucking Gon. Some nigga definitely gonna be like, oh, well, adult Gon, you know, it might be a debate. No, the fuck it's not. Sakura hits that nigga with the roundhouse and he's going down. That nigga's gonna be having to be wished back to life again. Now, the people taking Sakura being as strong as Naruto and Sasuke, Sakura outright just beats nearly everybody on this list apart from like the big three and Goku and Saitama. She throwing around Sukuna like a rag doll, bro. And then imagine if you could buy multiple of Sakura. That means you have 5 constant healers on the battlefield that are as strong as Naruto. And if you buy Naruto, you just have 1,000 characters that are just planetary at least. But moving on, Jotaro. Jotaro is pretty weak on this list. Now, JoJo has always been known to be not the strongest first, but definitely a lot faster with a lot of like really busted abilities. Like Giorno, for example, isn't like multiversal or whatever. But Golden Experience Requiem allows him to basically revert any damage and put you in an infinite death loop if he can kill you. So if you're too strong for Giorno, then you can just never hurt him. Unless you can bypass the ability, but that's another thing. With Jotaro, you can argue that he's a lot faster than a lot of people on this list. However, all he really has is time stop. So like, I guess like, I don't know, he could time stop and like crush people's hearts or something, but that wouldn't work because they're a lot stronger than Jotaro, so he probably would just die by touching them, but whatever. Next up, we get into the $2 list, and Gon and Killua shouldn't be higher than Sakura, I'm sorry. Probably not even Nami. Oh, not for sure, it's not even Nami, because she's fighting like niggas from One Piece that will like crush Gon and Killua. They're definitely being power, but yeah, no. And can we talk about how Asta and Zoro are just way too low on this list? Asta was like slicing the fucking moon in half. And you have that nigga lower than Edward Elric? That fucking midget? I guess it doesn't matter because like both of them are like around the same height, but whatever. Regardless, Tanjiro's schizophrenic ass should not be above Asta. I think we can all agree on that. Like, is that not crazy? Deku can stay up there. I guess you can maybe make an argument. But like Edward and Tanjiro, no, fuck no, put them niggas down. If one of you niggas go, yeah, Tanjiro could definitely beat Sakura, I'm actually like slapping the shit out of you because you must be stupid. Nigga, I'm gonna put you in a psychiatric room and we're gonna have a talk about your psyche. Like, what is wrong with you? But I think even excluding Asta, I just don't think Zoro should be low. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, even if you don't think Zoro is on par with Luffy, niggas was fighting Kaido. Like, one of the top tiers in the verse. He should not be lower than fucking Tanjiro. I know this is like for like bait or whatever, like this tweet's for bait, but this is just fucking stupid. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you can't just look at me in the eyes and go, yeah, no, Tanjiro's definitely beating Zoro in the fight. There are a lot of things with power scaling that a lot of people that really aren't involved in it don't believe in. Like Mario being able to like potentially even beat Sonic, or Kirby being like multiversal or some bullshit. But like, I think no matter what, even if Tanjiro beats Zoro, I would never admit it. Like, I don't really mess with Tanjiro like that, but it's cool. Like, it's not bad. But I could just never wrap my head around Tanjiro of all niggas being Zoro. That's just stupid to me. If then we get into the $3 one, I already said my complaints. It's fucking stupid. We need to move down Edward and Tanjiro now. Oh, Sukuna being up here is weird, but I can see it. Sukuna has his domain expansion, which gives him like a guaranteed hit. You can argue that his cleave and neg are like durability negation. And this is like super huge spoilers for JJK, by the way. Y'all can skip this part. If you give Sukuna like Megami's body, then he can like use Maharaga, which if like the characters don't kill him fast enough, then he can like just adapt and like probably kill a lot of the characters on the list. Honestly, at this point, can't even say spoilers anymore, because like everything about JJK is out in the open. Like me and like a dude were talking, and I was just like, yo man, I'm excited for that manga, and he was like, yeah, no, same. And he told me about Megami Sukuna, how cool he looked, and I was like, oh, you read the manga? And he was like, no, I'm an anime watcher, I just saw it. And I was like, oh, sorry. Like Gojo versus Sukuna was like generational. I'm getting super off topic right now, but JJK's like influence needs to be studied, because Usher was cosplaying Gojo. Like, is that not insane? Like, niggas don't do that. But that's a whole video for another day. I'm getting super off topic. Anyway, for the $5 one. Now, with the $5 one, I can respect Light being higher, but I don't like him being above like some characters. Now, of course, these characters fucking one-shot him, but Light does have the Death Note, and if by some miracle, if God himself is looking down on Light Yagami, then he can write down like pretty much nearly every character on this list, and then just kill them. But as I said before, he doesn't know their names. Eren Yeager. Unfortunately, Eren should be at the bottom of the list. I know, like in terms of casual audiences, they probably like would be like, oh yeah, no, Eren's like strong, like he could definitely take out some people. But like, would they even say that? Like, I feel like even if you hate Sakura, like even if you hate her, you wouldn't say that Sakura loses to Eren. Like, I think that's just a whole nother level of being stupid. The rumbling could be stopped at the fucking military. You're telling me that people are saying Eren wins against Sakura? Like, are we lying to ourselves now? Eren has a lot of tough abilities, and you can argue maybe that he could like fight some people, but my point is that I just don't think Eren's gonna really beat anybody on this list. Then we got Luffy and Naruto. Naruto and Luffy can stay. They pop down show niggas, like come on. Like they are stronger than literally everybody on this list apart from like the top tiers, and excluding All Might, but we're gonna get to him. So then we get on to the $7 one, and why the fuck is All Might up here? This is fucking stupid. All Might is an old ass man and he uses cane in order to walk. You telling me that this nigga's gonna fight against like Goku? All Might tries throwing out the Detroit Smash and throws his back out. You're telling me this nigga's gonna fight like Ishigo or some bullshit? Hell no. That nigga got a virus growing in him. Like no, put him down. We got Ishigo. You can argue maybe Ishigo getting like super high. I still think like Ishigo's weaker than Naruto and like stronger than Luffy. But if you say Ishigo's stronger than Naruto, then whatever. It's your choice, I guess. Then we got Goku and Saitama. Now, Saitama has the same problem as Goku, as he's just way too strong to be on this list. But he's weaker than Goku. But you can argue it, I think, now, since like Saitama got some crazy buff recently from what I'm hearing. So it's just up to you. So, now that we've established like all the characters on this list, who would I switch around? So first of all, this is future vid. I was trying to make a list before using the characters on that list. I messed up, so we're gonna make a new one. Now, I have a few rules. First off, I want to make this list as balanced as possible. I want to go with nothing crazy like some cosmic busters or, you know, universal destroyers. So nobody like Saitama or Goku. In fact, I'm going to try to keep this as low as possible. So, no, like, even Naruto, Luffy, or Ishigo, I'm probably not going to use. This list will try to balance defense as well as offense, while also having multiple ways of winning and losing. So, just keep that in mind. Now, at first, I made another list that I recorded and exported it, but after talking about it with friends, I realized that was a little flawed, so I decided to rework it. My first thing is, I decided to just get rid of Light altogether. Even with the Shinigami eyes, I just don't think there's a reasonable way Light could really win here, because, number one, a lot of this list has characters that aren't humans. So even if Light does kill a lot of the humans on this list, he still has to deal with a ton of vampires and then he'll just die. Number two, there's just no good chance that he could write it in the first place, since a lot of characters can just like beat the hell out of him before he could do anything. Point is, Light's not on this list anymore. Now we've gotten out of the way, you'll have $9 to pick your character, which means that you'll be able to get one of the top tier characters or get a lot of the lower characters. So for the $1 we have Tanjiro, Edward, Subaru, and Power. Tanjiro is a pretty powerful swordsman, nothing out of the ordinary. Edward has the ability to use alchemy, so he can have some type of like variety when it comes to his abilities. Power can manipulate blood and do all those things, so she could be a useful person on the team as well. And then Subaru Now, I haven't watched ReZero, but from what I recall, he has like a save point and he can always go back to the save point when he dies. And this is why I think Light just gets automatically super countered, because if Light somehow is able to write and get a lot of these characters dead, Subaru can just come back and be like, hey guys, that's the killer! The killer! Subaru's a pretty useful character here, and only for $1. So for $2 we have Jotaro, Cars, Dio, and Alucard. Alucard, I know, just out of place. I mean, honestly, he kind of fits with everybody. I think Jotaro's the odd man out here. And with $2 you basically have 3 immortal vampires and a person that can stop time. With Cars, he has a ton of abilities in order to shapeshift himself into anything that he wants, or ways to just absolutely destroy anyone regardless of their durability. With Dio and Jotaro included, he has a basically invisible person that could beat up anybody that he wants. He can stop time, he can suck blood, all that. Alucard has things like hypnosis and soul sucking, which allows the memories of that person. So, in short, this is a very stacked $2. Next up, we have Denji, Yuji, Baki in the comic. Baki here is basically white bread, but he's very strong, very durable, and a lot powerful than some of the characters down below. With Denji and Yuji, a lot of their powers come from the manga, which makes them a very big threat, but even with the anime only stuff, they're still pretty strong themselves. With Yuji having Black Flash, and Denji having a pseudo immortality to an extent. Akame is also very powerful, and probably the most powerful in $3 tier, being at least continental level. And with her ability, she can basically, if you get stabbed once, you get affected with her poison, which kills you in mere seconds. So yeah, she's also very powerful on this list. Next up, we have Okuyasu, Deku, All Might, and Mob. Now, Okuyasu is also a very powerful person in this list. His power is really OP, but he's also really stupid. But I think it could be an interesting gamble. Do you risk Okuyasu, who could potentially give you the dub, but he could also give you an L? Mob, pretty simple. Mob himself is very powerful with a lot of telekinetic abilities. And one big important part is his barrier, which can protect nearly anybody, including you. So Mob overall is just very well suited for this fight. With Deku and All Might, Deku has the ability of every one-for-all user, with things like Danger Sense, which will allow him to predict nearly anything, Black Whip, which can give him versatility, and in general just his smashes, which can just smash you. All Might, while not having the one-for-all abilities, is still a pretty powerful character nonetheless, and thus I think should be here as well. And now for $5, which is Gojo and Sukuna. Gojo and Sukuna, while not as strong as characters like Deku and All Might, have their own abilities that allow them to basically keep them in the match for a long period of time. With Sukuna, he has his domain expansion, which can cleave and dismantle, which are also durability negation. He also has the guaranteed hit effect, and in general, he's just a very powerful character that can handle a lot of the other casts. With Gojo, Gojo has Infinity, which allows him to basically not get touched by nearly anybody on this list. And with Hollow Purple, and Domain Expansion, which can put an infinite amount of knowledge into nearly everybody's brain, he is a dastardly foe to go against. I also forgot, I put Itachi up here. Itachi is very powerful for a few reasons as well. We tackled him back in the Itachi vs Shanks video, go watch that by the way. And the Itachi can scale up to Tail Beast level, is faster than Light at a bare minimum, and can get you to a whole chunk of the list. Not to mention that he might potentially even be the strongest. However, there are some characters that have abilities that can counter him, which is why I like this setup. I think having multiple characters that can counter Itachi or set him up, it could be really interesting. And same with Gojo. So yeah, it just depends on what you pick. You could do Okuyasu and Subaru, having Subaru relay information to Okuyasu so they can take out basically anybody. Or you can have Gojo and somebody else, with Gojo being able to put infinite information to anybody's head. There's a lot of ways you can do this, and this is what I wanted for the original list. A way for things to be really interesting and have multiple pathways without it having an obvious one, you feel me? I feel like this one does have an obvious one, but I feel like there's room for discussion. Yeah. And with Goku in that list, it just ruins everything. So this list is my permanent list. I actually quite like it, and hopefully y'all like it too. So that's it for the video. If y'all liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comment down below if you want to see anything similar like this, and I'll try to hop on it as soon as possible. If you don't want to stay for the whole update thing, then you can leave now. But for those that do, here we go. Pretty short update. It's the first video of 2025. Let's go. This is supposed to come out on Friday, but I got a little ambitious. I know y'all like the animations, and I know y'all like the power scaling, so I'm trying to combine it more. Of course, we have things like that encoded, which I'm planning to bring back as well. So if you want to see more of that in the future, you might as well go there. But this channel will also have some power scaling stuff in the future. And there's a lot of really big projects I have in store for y'all, so y'all better keep out, because this year is gonna be the year of fate. It's so corny, bro. The year of fate. I have a lot of really big projects I'm working on since 2024, and I can't wait to show y'all, because there are a lot of them, so keep an eye out. I want to get 100 videos and up to 100K this year. It's very big goals, but I think we can do it. I'm really happy to talk to you, so I'm talking like really fast, but you know, I'm feeling happy right now, and hopefully I can keep this up for the rest of the year, because my depression was beating me up, I can't lie, last year. So that's it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Fade out.